Listen, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of us supporting our brothers and sisters in the Steelworkers. And every time you have a struggle, we will be there side by side with you.
How about a real cheer for the Steelworkers? They say cut back.
We say fight back.
They say cut back. We say fight back.
We drove 15 hours on a bus. We came here to tell Vale and Roger Agnelli that we're not happy with what they're doing in our community.
This is the biggest company in our community. It feeds our community. There's 7 spin-off jobs for every single one of our jobs. We have over 3,000 employees, so that's over 20,000 jobs.
Say, what do we want? Yes, sir. Say, when do we want it? No. Say, what do we want? Yes, sir. Say, when do we want it? No. Say, what do we want? Yes, sir. Say, when do we want it? No. Say, what do we want? Yes, sir. Say, when do we want it?
We've got 100 years of mining in Sudbury, okay? And whenever there were economic times, when I got hired in '97, nickel prices dipped down to $1.65 or 67 a pound. Now they're at $9 a pound, and Vale is saying that they're not making money.
Roger, Roger, you can't hide. We can see your greedy
Grim
side.
Reaper back there walked into our community.
We can see your greedy side.
Tony Clement, the Minister of Industry in Canada, he said was if it hadn't been for Vale buying Inco, which was a Canadian-owned corporation, Sudbury would have turned into the Valley of Death. Instead of calling it the Valley of Death, we changed it to the Valet of Death.
Power!
I don't know what they were thinking when they gave Roger Agnelli a Good Citizenship Award.
As the CEO of our company, Roger Agnelli, is getting an award from the Committee of Corporate Understanding, if you can believe that.
And I would like to inform you that Mr. Agnelli knows that you are here!
The highest unemployment rate in our city we've ever seen, all right? So I want you guys to repeat after me. Mr. Agnelli, won't you come down and play?
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 You say, Mr. Agnelli, won't you come down and play?
Firstly, I'd like to thank all the little people I stepped on, pushed over, clawed at. It reminds me back in the days when we polluted lands and we destroyed and flooded homes in indigenous areas, and we also victimized indigenous people. So I think it's a great thing. It looks good. It really symbolizes what I've accomplished here.
This guy here, all he does is look at the bottom line and looks right past the hard-working people in the Steelworkers that make them profit.
They've just posted their third quarter results, and Vale made $1.7 billion.
They made a lot of money, and we've made a lot of money for them.
This company, since they purchased Inco between 2006 and 2008, made record profits. $4.5 billion in net profits, after-tax profits in the Sudbury Basin, and OB and guys down here, Eric Delpart, and all the people that I work with, helped make those billions in profits.
And now, every 3 years, we get our contract expires. So now what they're trying to do is demand some concessions from us.
Concessions to your pensions, concessions to your wages, concessions to your nickel price bonus, concessions to your contract language, to your health and safety.
We have deep pride in our community, so we say hell no to any concessions because we're not going back another 20 years.
I want to bring a message from the Brazilian workers of 2 unions that represents Vale workers, the Union of Itabira, where Vale was born, and Congonhas. The same bad game Vale is doing against Canadian workers is the same bad game they are playing against us Brazilian workers in Brazil. Vale is having in Canada, in Brazil, in Indonesia, in New Caledonia, in 60 countries all over the world. The biggest part of these gains come here to the New York Stock Exchange, to the big investors, the big banksters. They are the ones that are getting all this money, and they are the same ones that created this huge economic crisis whose effects, who are paying us workers.
One day longer! One day longer! One day longer!
Vale basically is the Grinch that stole our Christmas this winter. So it's going to be rough for everybody, but we're going to last one day longer than the evil corporation.
Who's taking your job?
They're taking our jobs!
Who's taking your job?
They're taking our jobs!
Who's taking your job?
They're taking our jobs!
They have not come back to the table once. We've asked them many times to come back to the table, and they have not come back.
Dignity and respect.
They refuse. They say they have nothing more to offer us. What they've offered us is all they have.
You know, what do we want? We want a fair deal. And when do we want it? We want it now. We've been off on strike now for the better part of 5 months, and we're not getting a contract with this company. So we want to get back to the table and hammer out a fair agreement so our workers can get back to work.
So I'm going to tell you, folks, this is the message we have, not only to each other, but to Roger Agnelli. Wherever you are, and whenever they make another mistake of giving you a Good Citizens Award, we will be here. We will go as far as we have to go to be in your face.